Hi, John Colleen here. Talk a little bit about week 2 for our economics class. The module in the book's called Resource Utilization, which is interesting, but essentially, we're transitioning from looking at the history of US economics last week, which should have shed some light on sort of the purpose of economics, its place in our society. Now we get into a little bit more meat and potatoes of what exactly are economics, what are some applications of it for we as individuals and for businesses. Example is something called opportunity cost, which I think after we go over it, you'll walk away understanding exactly what economics is. And the book will talk about the book and a video that you'll watch will talk about graphically something called a production possibilities curve that will start to open our eyes to how businesses make decisions of opportunity costs. What should I produce? What do I give up if I produce that, then I can't produce this? What's my bigger sort of profit idea? So this chapter will open our eyes to some of the terminology of economics and its application. So as always, most weeks we'll have you have a podcast that talks about COVID in the economy. That's a pretty good podcast, pretty short. There's a video as well about this idea of the production possibilities curve where it's being graphed. There's a second short video about what is economics. Again, supplementing the textbook and delivering material in a video manner. There's a article about the company Tesla, which people are very interested in that company and its sort of role in the economy and as a business. There's a Quizlet, which is a resource, optional, but it's an opportunity to review some of the vocabulary that is necessary to understand for this module, and then ultimately will help you on the quiz, the 10-question quiz that we'll be having most weeks. There's a PowerPoint deck about the chapter and about pieces of the content that I think are the most important. That deck also has a link to it that goes into something called VoiceThread that you can also watch and listen to at your leisure whenever you want. I encourage you to use that. Students find it a little more helpful than just the traditional deck. And let's see. Then there's a quiz, and then lastly there's a discussion. So every week we're having a discussion about things. This one will be about this idea of opportunity cost. So I encourage you to make a post earlier in the week. Define. Read the question, understand what I'm talking about. I don't think it'll be too complicated for you to come up with some ideas about what I'm looking for, specifically about college. And then more importantly, spend a little time on responding to your colleagues' posts. So the requirement is to get the top points each week for these discussion posts is to post once on time and then post up a follow-up post to one of your colleagues. So I encourage you to think about how you can smartly, doesn't have to be 3 paragraphs, but address your colleagues' posts, agree with them, disagree with them, say why. We can always do it responsibly. It'll push yourself a little bit more to explore the content. And again, it's not a big lift. So if you have any problems, any issues over the week, you have all my information to contact me. Just let me know, and good luck.